How to get a free 5-star weapon in Wuthering Waves. Let's see how we do it. I wonder if he's going to be talking about the pre-register bonus one or a different one, because I don't have insider scoop on this game, and he does, it seems like. I don't know. So let's learn something new.
Greetings, Rovers. Today is going to be a quick one. Did you know that we are getting a free standard 5-star weapon in Wuthering Waves?
Yes.
Upon reaching world level 45?
No, I did not. So world level 45 is when you can get the free thing. I'm guaranteeing it's probably going to be sent to you in the mail. That's usually how this works in gacha games. Gacha games are kind of like all around the same way they work. Like you get something at a certain level or certain completion of the story. And world level 45 free one. But is there an extra one?
You heard me right. There's absolutely nothing else required except for hitting that level. This will be delivered to your in-game mailbox upon reaching...
Not required. Are we sure about that? Hello, Shinya. Are we sure? Because my question is, do you have to be pre-registered? Isn't it a pre-registered bonus? I think that's the only thing that you might have to be is pre-registered to actually get this bonus, because this has to be the pre-registered bonus, one of the bonus items that you get. So if you might not get it if you're not pre-registered. I don't know, but I'm just assuming, because if you don't pre-register and you start late, you get what I'm saying. Anyway.
The requirement, and you will be able to choose from any of the following: sword, broadblade, pistol, rectifier, or gauntlets.
Rectifier. Why do I when I hear rectifier, all I think about is repository. That's all I hear. Don't ask. And if you don't know what that is, look it up, then you'll understand.
Today I'm going to break down each of them, their stats, and who will use them as their main weapons. I hope you guys enjoy. Oh yeah, and I'm running a $100 subscriber giveaway. All you need to do is hit that subscribe button. Good luck.
Already am.
First of all, we're going to start with the Broadblade Lustrous Razor. It is usable by either Kalcharo, Jian, or Tao Qi.
Tao Qi? I was totally wrong when I was trying to in the last video to pronunciate it. Whoops. Woo! And Jian. Okay, so but Tao Qi. Tao Qi. I'll try to remember that.
It starts with 47 attack and an 8.1% attack percentage, obviously scaling upon leveling up. Its ability, Incision, increases energy regen by 12.8.
Wait, he's giving us the actual stats too? Oh, okay. I thought this was just how to summon it. Okay, let's learn what these weapons do and see if they're any good for any of the units like I would use. I mean, we'll see.
When the Resonance skill hits a target, Resonance liberation damage is increased by 8%. This effect can stack up to 2 times and lasts for 12 seconds. Unfortunately, all 3 characters would just end up using this as a stat stick.
I'm going to take a whack at this. The reason why I only take it as a stat stick, because it says Resonance skill hits a target. Resonance is the other thing. Resonance liberation damage. They might not have resonant liberation damage, so it's just that stat is not going to work. The energy regen works because you could do that part will work because if they have a resonance skill that hits a target. But I guarantee it's the second part, because resonance liberation damage increased by 8%. This effect can stack up to 2 times, which means when you do liberation damage, you get 16% more damage if you hit 2 times with it, and then it stacks, and it's the highest stack. But the character specifically has to have that, and I don't know what characters do or what, because I know nothing of this game. I haven't played it yet, which I'm kind of glad for, because I don't want to get my hands dirty when I play a game. I like or be playing it early, like have early access, and have to start out older. I come from the Nintendo era. I got PTSD of losing my game files, so I kind of like this era of not having to lose game files. But I'm curious. Let's see if I was right on that.
It's okay for Kalcharo, but there are better weapons out there, such as Autumn Trace or Helios Cleaver, which are much better options. Jian cannot make use of the weapon effect, as he does not gain anything from resonance liberation damage, and Tao Qi wants defense to scale. Alright, so next up we have the Gauntlets, Abyss Surges. It is usable by Ling Yang, Zhang Jin, or Yuan Wu.
Oh, so Zhang Jin. Zhang Jin. That's so weird. Zhang Jin and Yang Wu. Who else close on him? What's close? You saw my previous video. I'll put it up here so you can click if you want. I was butchering these names.
It starts with 47 attack and 8.1% attack percentage. Its ability, Storm Resolution, increases energy regen by 12.8%, and when the resonance skill hits a target, basic attack damage is increased by 10%, and when basic attacks hit a target, resonance skill damage is increased by 10%, and they both last for 8 seconds. This gauntlet will be best in slot for all 3 gauntlet users, as they all regularly take advantage of their basic attack and resonance skill damage, providing a 10% buff to each when using basic attacks and skill attacks together. The weapon encourages weaving basic attacks into skill attacks and vice versa. Ling Yang will ultimately find the best use with it, as he's considered a main DPS.
Okay.
So next up we have the Rectifier, Cosmic.
I'm not going to get over that. I'm probably, when I stream this and play this, I'm going to call that a repository. Not Rectifier, but the repository. Yep, that's his new name. You cannot correct me. I am 100% right. It's repository, not Rectifier.
Ripples. This is usable by Yin Lin, Encore, Bai Zi, and Verena. It starts with 40 attack and 11.9% attack percent damage increased. The ability, Stormy Resolution, increases energy regen by 12.8%, and when a basic attack hits a target, the basic attack damage is increased by 3.2%, up to 5 times, which lasts for 8 seconds, which ultimately gives about a 16% damage increase on their attack.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright, so right off the bat, unfortunately with Verena and Bai Zi being a healer, this is an immediate no for them. You won't be using these characters to do any sort of long-term damage, unless you're going some sort of troll build where you're doing a Verena-only build.
A troll build for a Verena-only build. Okay. Usually how it works is that if you have a healer, they scale off of HP in gacha games, for tanks usually it's based off of deep defense. So they get the higher defense, the more damage they do. Of course, there's like what's that word? Fuck, I can't remember. Diminishing values. So pretty much like if you have too much of one thing, you're missing out on the other thing. You're gonna have diminishing returns. That's it, and it happens in time. So you can have like 10,000 defense, but have nothing else. It's not gonna do you any good. That kind of thing. But in this case, like that's an attack thing. So if you got a healer and you put an attack weapon on her, it's not gonna do anything if their main design stat build is for around like HP. I'm assuming because I don't know what any of these characters do. I haven't played this game. I'm just very interested in playing it, and I'm waiting patiently for the 22nd instead of playing it early because I don't want to dirty my hands. I'd rather wait and making content for it. I think it's more authentic if you wait until the release date because you'll be like on par with everyone else to be able to share the not story, but what's that word? Share the I don't know. You tell me what the word was, but experience, Jesus Christ, the experience together. So yeah.
So there's realistically no sense in selecting this for them. Yin Lin would only use this as a stat stick, but this is fairly good on Encore as she utilizes basic attack damage very much.
Hold on.
But this is sense in selecting.
I noticed something.
We'll build where you're doing a Verena only build. So there's
what
realistically
is with
no sense in selecting this for them.
Like
Yin
what is
Lin
with
would
that?
only use this as a stat stick, but this is fairly good on Encore as she utilizes basic attack damage very much.
Jiggle, jiggle, wiggle. Like what the fuck? Like man.
And this is probably going to be
good job,
Encore's
Kuro.
best in slot. Next up, we have the Sword, Emerald of Genesis, which I gotta say has the best name out of any of the standard 5-star weapons. It's usable by Sanhua, Danjin, Yang Yang, and Rover.
Yang Yang.
Stormy
Okay.
Generation.
Okay, I think I got these names right. Let's see. Wait,
Best
hold up.
name out of any of the standard 5-star weapons. It's usable by Sanhua.
No, I did not do Sanhua. I was like Sanhu. Well, that was close.
Danjin, Yang Yang, and Rover.
I said Danjin. God damn it. Oh well.
Its ability, Stormy Resolution, increases energy regen by 12.8%, and when a resonance skill hits the target, attack is increased by 6%, and it stacks up to 2 times for 10 seconds. So this comes out to be a 12% damage increase. Alright, so this weapon will provide an all-around the same benefit to all sword users,
Nice.
as they all combine their skills into their attack patterns. This will definitely be their best in slot all around, as a flat attack increase is nuts when all of them are attack percentage focused.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention this has 47 attack and a 5.4% crit rate as its substat. Danjin would be the best to use this sword with, as her damage in the closed beta test 2 was absolutely insane. Do note though, I do foresee Danjin getting a nerf to her damage, as I don't foresee Kuro wanted a 4-star to be outshining and outclassing all of the 5-star DPS units.
Yeah.
So should we...
No, you never want that. But the thing is, there's some techniques, some skills that some characters would use that you can man, I can't think or talk. When I start recording, I just can't think and talk sometimes. Words just don't come to me. That you could Anyway, I'm gonna just play the video.
To be continued there. Alright, and so lastly, we have the Pistol's Static Mist. It's usable by Chixia, Alto, and Mortefi.
Chixia? I had Alto right. Mortefi? Oh my god, I thought it was Mortify. Mortify. Why is it Mortify? Like, Mortify was better. Mortefi? Man.
It starts with 47 attack and a 5.4% crit rate.
Okay.
Its ability, Stormy Resolution, increases energy regen by 12.8%, and after performing their outro skill, increases attack for party members increased by 10%. It lasts for 14 seconds. This is going to be an amazing sub-DPS weapon, as when performing the outro skill, it buffs the next party member in line, which is usually your main DPS. Providing a 10% attack buff for 14 seconds is the cherry on top of any sub-DPS. I do foresee this being the best in slot for all 3 of the pistol users. As generally speaking, all 3 of the pistol users are sub-DPSs, as they generally won't be used as a main DPS unless Chixia. But even again, with Chixia, it's still going to be very good.
So essentially, to play it safe, you can get the sword or the guns and use them as like a base 5-star to start out with until you get like, I think they have they have specific unit specific weapons. So unless you get a unit specific weapon off on the banner like Yinlin's or Jinyan, whatever his name is, I forgot already. You can use this, and if you get the pistols or the sword, that's like you're guaranteeing yourself a really useful weapon for like your account all around if you're trying to maximize your account.
Alright, so now I know you're asking, what weapon do I choose? Well, the most obvious answer is pick the weapon of the character you are going to use as a main DPS, but haven't gotten a powerful weapon yet for. As this selector comes at level 45, you'll have already progressed through the game pretty significantly.
Oh.
And may have already gotten some crazy 4-stars, or upgraded your 4-stars, or even a random 5-star from your pulls. Alright, so if you want the non-cop-out answer, and this is just my personal opinion, the Sword Emerald of Genesis will give you the most bang for your buck, as it's the weapons with the most characters in the game that can use it as their best in slot, and it gives you flexibility to have a chance on most resonators, as there's just so many to pick from.
Didn't I just say that? I mean, I played enough of these games to know what I'm talking about.
Unlike all the other weapons, which generally have a 2 to 3 resonator choice to choose from, just because some of the weapons are just absolutely dog water on some of the other resonators. Also, the sword has crit rate on its substat, which is incredibly important. This will obviously change in the future, but I'll make an updated guide if anything changes. Last but not least,
this was just an updated guide on how to get another free 5-star weapon? this was not supposed to be a weapon guide, but I accept it. Thank you.
It's incredibly hard to see what would be future-proof. I think these weapons will be power crept pretty significantly quickly, if I had to guess, within the next 2 to 3 months. So don't think about the future. Just think about what's going to get you through the game now and help you with those challenging boss battles in the domains that you're going into. Alrighty, and just remember, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.
Good video, Shinya. As always, I've been watching you since Tectone showed me. I liked the video. Everyone go check him out. And yeah, like I said, that was actually pretty cool. But I was just trying to learn how to get the free 5-star weapon. I thought there was another one, but I guess it's just only for when the pre-register 5 million. I'm curious if it's only for pre-registered users. I don't know. That's kind of what logically makes sense. But at the same point, Kuro Games is very generous with their community and their games. So we'll see. But with that being said, peace.